Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another great session, HR Mentorship Series. Many thanks to everyone that has been joining back to back. We do not take it for granted. This weekend is also going to be super busy. Today, we will be having a session on different foreign HR certifications. You will remember that some few weeks ago, we had a senior member of the management team of CIPM who showed us and spoke to us about various ways to become a CIPM member, and is on our YouTube page in case you would like to go over and check for yourself. You know, we're in a globalized society. So to remain relevant, you need sometimes, depending on your career goal, to have certifications. And even if you want to JAPA, some of these certifications will help you transition to your next frontier. In the next 1 minute, please do us a favor. Do me a favor, reach out to your friends, colleagues, associates who should be on this call so that they can hear the message directly. Even though this message, today's session is being recorded and it will be uploaded on YouTube, the beauty of a live session is you can ask your questions directly and information relevant to you or your context can be provided for you. Also, just to remind us that tomorrow we'll be having another session by 7 p.m. where we'll be looking at finance for HR professionals. HR needs to be able to speak the language of business. Then on Sunday, by 7 p.m., we have yet another session. I know we can cope. Some of you watch movie series. We are also engaged rigorously in learning. Without further ado, it is my privilege and pleasure to invite a senior representative of our key partner on foreign certifications, all the way from Clarion College, known as Clarion Tech. Ladies and gentlemen, thank God it's Friday. Please, let's welcome Francisca. Francisca, you have the floor. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Francisca Nweke from Clarion College. I'm the admin/customer care supervisor. Okay, today we'll be talking about all you need to know about foreign HR certification. Permit me to talk about a little bit about Clarion Tech College. It's a certification preparation provider for World Safety, Human Resources Certification Institute, PECB, which is a Professional Evaluation Certification Board, and of course, International Regulation Certified Auditors. Sorry. Currently, we're in partnership with Global Business University, Europe. We run MBA courses in logistics, human resources management, shipping, project management, and masters in health, safety, and environment. You can actually graduate for this MBA in just 1 year. Okay, let me go back to the topic we are supposed to be talking about, which is foreign certification in HR. We have two most important certifying bodies, which is SHRM, Society for Human Resources Management, and of course, HRCI, Human Resources Certification Institute. Let's go to SHRM. It has two certifications, which is CP and SCP. CP means a certified professional, and SCP means a senior certified professional. To be able to go for these certifications, there are eligibilities. So if you have a diploma and then you study the related HR program, that's course, you should have at least 4 years HR working experience. If you're studying a related HR program, then of course you should have 3 years working experience. If you have a degree and you're studying a non-related HR course, you should have at least 2 years working experience. If you're studying if you studied a related HR degree course, then you should have a 1 year working experience. If you have master's and is under a non-related HR course, you should have 1 year HR working experience. If it's under HR related, then you don't really need number of years. But currently in HR, maybe you just resume work, you can actually apply for this. Then for the senior certified professional, if you have a diploma and is under a non-related course, then you need 7 years working experience. If it's under HR related course, then you need 6 years working experience. If you have a degree and is under non-related HR course, then you need 5 years HR working experience. If it's under HR related degree, then you should have 4 years working experience. Under master's, if you're studying a course that is not related to HR, then you should have 4 years working experience. If it's related to HR, then you should have at least 3 years HR working experience. Then under HRCI, which is Human Resources Certification Institute, it has 4 levels, 4 certifications, which is APHRI, PHRI, SPHRi, and GPHR. To be able to go for this APHRI, which is Associate Professional in Human Resources International, you do not really need an experience. It's just an entry-level certification. So even if you have WIEC, diploma, and without any working experience, you can actually apply for this. For Professional in Human Resources International, this is for middle level operational HR administration. I can call it a people manager. So if you're actually working as a supervisor, that's your work role is under supervising, you do interviews, you do appraisal, performance appraisal, and of course, you organize trainings for your organization. Then you fall into this category. You can actually go for PHRi. So you need at least first degree plus 2 years working experience, or if you have a diploma plus 4 years of working experience, you can go for this. For senior professional in Human Resources International, this is for policy and strategic HR. So if you're in charge of policy formulation in your organization, of course, you should also know labor law, Nigeria. And then you also perform the roles, like I mentioned in PHRi, but on a higher level. Then you can go for this if you have first degree with 5 years of HR working experience, or you have a master's, which is second degree, plus HR working experience 4 years. Then for global professional, before now, to be able to go for a global professional, you must have a cross-border experience. But this was waived this year. So if you're demonstrating expertise of multinational HR responsibilities and global HR policies, you can actually go for this. If you have a master's plus 2 years working experience, then if you have a bachelor degree plus 3 years working experience, or if you have WIEC, which is O-level plus 4 years working experience, you can go for this. Okay, to be able to pass for this year's certification exams, you need a certified facilitators and an institute like Clarion Services or Clarion College. So in Clarion Tech Services, we have certified professionals, certified trainers, and then some of them have been in the practice of HR for many years. Some are heads of and managers of their organization. Some have been training for like 10 years, 15 years now. Some of them are even abroad and they still train for us. Benefits of training with Clarion Tech college, what you get is this classroom training or virtual interaction. So we organize 5 days training. So it depends on the one that is feasible for you. If it's a classroom training, it's available. If it's a virtual live training, we are also there, which is online. Then we have different tests that will be taken alongside the training to test the individual knowledge in the course of the training. And of course, at the end of the training, we are also going to set a mock exam to assess the knowledge of the trainees. Hard copy HRCI approved manuals will also be given out, and of course, the soft copy. You'll be given access to 1,500 exam prep questions or practice questions. With our practice questions, it's been designed in a way that your questions are being timed, just like that of HRCI or HRM, because their exams are being timed. So while you're studying these prep questions, you're also increasing your speed, because if you repeat the same action so many times, your speed will also increase. Then you also understand how their questions look like. Then we have access to virtual tutorial groups and boot camps for case study. At the end of your training, you'll be added to a WhatsApp group where you get to ask your questions, and then of course there are facilitators there to respond to you. We also organize boot camps 3 to 4 times in a year. This is also to help our trainees do revisions on their courses. Video recording of all training sessions. So even if you attended a virtual class or a classroom training, you're going to be given the video recording. This would also help you listen to the trainings over and over again to be able to understand things that you were not able to understand very well on the day of the training. Then we have networking opportunities with other practicing HR professionals in Nigeria. So we have a WhatsApp group with over 200 participants, which is HR professionals. They will discuss information regarding HR, and then of course we also share job opportunities. Exam booking, we support our trainees through the exam booking and of course through the journey of the exam itself till you write your exams. We'll be there for you. For the international certification exam, HRCI, you can actually write your exams any time of the year except on Sundays. So you can choose to write like in September, and then you choose to write it on the 12th. It's your own personal decision. But with HRM, they have a fixed date of their own exams. So you need to know the one that is available before you can actually register for the exams. The person-viewed testing centers are in Lagos, Abuja, Asaba, Ibadan, and Kaduna. So these are places where you can actually write your exams. Okay, examination format and length. The SPHRi exam question is 90 questions, and then you get to write it in 1 hour, 45 minutes. The PHRi is 115 questions, and you get to write it in 2 hours, 45 minutes. The SPHRi questions are 140 questions, and then you write it in 3 hours, 15 minutes. The pass mark is 72%. So if you score 72% or above, you actually passed your exams. So the pass rate so far in Clarion Tech Services is 90/100. You can actually verify this from our Instagram account where we share our success stories. The registration fee, the SPHRi is 80,000 naira for the training, and the international certification exam is $300. For PHRi, it's 100,000 naira for the training, and the international certification is $395. For SPHRi, it's 110,000 naira, and the certification exam is $495. For GPHR, the training fee is 150,000 naira, and the international certification exam is $695. Under HRM, the CP, which is a certified professional, is 110,000 naira, and so is the SCP. Then their international certification exam fee is the same, $75. And of course, we are going to give a discount to all participants of this wonderful event we are having now. So if you're registering under the HR Mentorship Learning Series, you're getting a 5,000 Naira discount from the training. And then, of course, we are also trying to work something out with the international certification fee. So there might also be a discount. So if you want to register for this training, here is our account details: GTB, account name Clarion Tech Services, account number 023686250. If you make your payment, send the evidence of payment to support@clariongr.com. Please mention HR Mentorship Service in your email. Question time.
Good evening once again, everyone. This is time to ask questions. I'll raise up your hand. I will unmute you and recognize you. I can already see a very precious. If you also prefer to drop it in the chat box, you are also welcome. We'll take as many questions as possible today. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much, Francisca, for this insightful section. Okay, however, I would want to ask, what's
Ebere, you need to unmute again.
okay?
Yes.
Can you hear me now, please?
Clearly.
Yes.
Okay, so I wanted to know the difference between SPHR, then SPHRi, then GPHR.
Okay, for SPHR is for those in US. If you're in US, the one you should go for is SPHR. But if you're anywhere outside US, you're in Nigeria, or you're in anywhere around Europe, then you should actually go for SPHR. That's why it's called Senior Professional in Human Resources International, because it's outside US. Then the for GPHRI is for global. That if you're working in any multinational company, you can actually go for the GPHR. Hello.
Okay, Onojero, we see your message. She will share her phone number and address on the chat box. Questions, please, and clarifications.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, good evening. Thank you for this session. I actually been looking for, in short, PHRI is one of the things that it's my key certification that I want to get. So I want to get a clarification, please, on the payment. Okay, when it comes to the training payment, that's it, the 100K. Is this something that I can be paid instrumental? Okay, secondly, the exam fee, that's $395. So we all know how, by the time I'm using my head to calculate Naira now, my head is spanking. But is it possible that that one too, someone can pay in instrumental till maybe before the exam comes up, at least? So it won't be like so much fee to gush out from an account. So I just want to clarify this if it's possible. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Yetunde. Okay, for the training fee, you can actually get to pay twice. There's an installment plan. So you get to pay 1 week before the training schedule. You should be able to pay at least 60,000. Then on the third day of your training, you should be able to complete the remaining. Of course, we are giving you 5,000 naira discount, so you should be able to pay the remaining part. So like if you're going for the weekend schedule, it's going to be every Saturday. So the third Saturday of your training, you get to complete your payment. Then for the exam, you can actually start paying parts, and then you send the evidence to our email. Depending when your money is complete, you can then register and write your exams.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Chukwuemeka, you have been granted access to ask your question. Chukwuemeka.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Francisca. So I have a quick question. As a fresher, I know if I'm to be clear, I think I didn't get the first part of your explanation. So as a fresher, please, I just want to know the certification I am to do for a start before pushing forward to other certifications.
Okay, do not go off. Okay, a fresher, you just graduated. You've not.
Yes.
Okay, you just graduated. Then you start with
In other
APHR.
fields, anyways, not in HR. In mass communication, to be precise.
Mass communication. Yes, you can start from APHRI. It's an entry level. It doesn't have any much requirement.
Okay, ma'am. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Francisca, you can stop sharing your slide. There are questions on the chat box I'll need you to attend to. Thank you.
Yes, that's what I want to do now. So, Morton, he said for someone who has a BSc in science, but master's in HR and less than a year HR working experience, which of the category of PHRI certificate? Okay, you already mentioned it. You should go for the PHRI. That's what you will go for. So Chukura, he said, I'm not clear about the one for Europe and US. Okay, the HRCI is actually Human Resources Certification Institute US. So the institute is in US. So anyone that is in US has to go with SPHR. But if you're outside US, then that means it's already international up from them. That means what you're going for is SPHRI. The same goes for if you're in US and you want to go for APHRI, you wouldn't go for that. What you will go for is APHR. The same goes for PHRI and PHR. So if you're in US, what you will go for is PHR and not PHRI. Okay, CP, certified professional and PHRI, you can actually say that they have the same eligibility. But you do know that their certifying bodies are different. Yes, I will send you the office address now for Lagos.
Francisca, please be talking. You know, we are recording this session so that people don't understand, wonder why there is silence.
Good evening, everyone. From Ahmed. Though I joined late, but I do not like to ask which of the certification institutes, I mean HRCI and HRM, which one is more acceptable in Nigeria? for someone planning to travel to US or Canada in the later years of his career? Which of the certification is advisable to do now? Okay, the two of them are recognized abroad. So whichever one you feel that you can actually go for, the both of them are very good. That's why I said in my beginning of the presentation, I said the two most important HR certifying bodies. So the two of them are very good. Please, ma'am, are all the certification US standard? Yes. Mr. Oluyemi, there is no more questions. You might want to allow them ask if they want to talk.
Nobody is raising up their hand. I'm checking. If you prefer to ask your question, please raise your hand. Who will grant you access?
Can someone who has already gone through the training just register with your college for the exam? Okay, we prefer registering those that we trained. It's not like we are wishing you to fail, no. But we have to be certain of the person we are allowing to write the exams, because if you fail, you're failing in my own college's name. So it's best you train with us and then we'll register you. And we are very sure that you're ready for the exams. So for those that already have a CIPM, and then maybe you're wondering, why should you go for any of these foreign certifications? Reason being that the CIPM is more recognized here in Nigeria. And of course, if you have any dream of traveling abroad, then these two certifying bodies are the certification courses you should think of going for. They will land you a better job abroad. Because the certification is globally recognized.
So I would suggest, as a way of a recap, just go back to the beginning of the slide and just quickly do like also for the benefit of those who came late. You scroll down, next slide, please. Yeah, you can just start from here, just like we recap, so that we can close out. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, this is for Human Resources Certification Institute. These are the certifications they have. Associate Professional in Human Resources, which is international, APHRI. Then it has the PHRI, which is Professional in Human Resources International. It also have a Senior Professional in Human Resources International, SPHR, and then Global Professional in Human Resources. Sorry, I missed the Human Resources. So the entry level is a Associate Professional. This, you do not need any working experience. If you have a WIEC diploma or even your degree, or you do not have any working experience, you can actually go for this. For Professional in Human Resources International, PHRI, is for middle level, is for operational, HR, and administrative. So it's called People's Manager. If your work role is around supervising, performance appraisal, you organize trainings, and of course interviews, then this certification is for you, PHRI. So if you have degree plus 2 years of working experience, you can register for PHRI, or you have a diploma plus 4 years of working experience, you can apply for this. For Senior Professional in Human Resources International, this is for policy and strategic HR. So if you're in charge of policy formulation in your organization, and of course, you should know labor law, and then your role is also supervising, interviewing, managing trainings, and they're also performance appraisal, but on a higher level. Then if you have first degree plus 5 years of working experience, you should go for SPHRi. If you also have a master's plus 4 years of working experience, you can go for SPHRi. For global professional in human resources, you can, before now, if you do not have a cross-border experience, you cannot go for this, but this was waived later this year. So now if your work is demonstrable expertise of multinational HR responsibilities and also including global HR policies, then you should go for it. So this means that if you're working in a multinational company and then you have 2 years plus master's degree in HR, you can go for this. If you have 3 years plus bachelor's degree, you can go for this. You also have 4 years working experience plus WIEC, you can actually go for this. So Clarion Tech has certified trainers. All our facilitators are HR managers and of course head of organizations. Some of them has been in the industry for many years, 15 to 10 to 20 years. Some are actually abroad. These are the kind of facilitators we have. And of course, if you register with Clarion Tech Services, these are what you get. A classroom or virtual interactive session. That's a training, can either be a classroom training or a virtual live training. So it depends on the one that is feasible for the training you apply for. The class is for 5 days, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Then in the course of the training, there will be test questions to test the individual knowledge. And then at the end of the training, of course, there will be a mock exams to also test the knowledge of the trainees. Hard copy and soft copy materials will be given to the trainees. And then at the end of the training, there are 1,500 exam prep questions will be made available for the trainee. The way we organize this is in the sense that when you're practicing the question, you're using the software that is similar to the one you use for your exam. So if you're practicing, you're also increasing your speed because the exam is also timed. So while you practice, your speed will also increase. You also get to understand how the exams look like. And of course, we are going to add you to a virtual tutorial group where you get to ask your questions. Of course, there is a facilitator there to respond to your questions. And then we also organize boot camps for case study around 4 to 5 times in a year to help our trainees with revision on their already done trainings. Then at the end of your training, you'll be given the video recording of all the training sessions. So even if you did classroom or virtual training, you're going to get this. Then you get networking opportunities with other practicing HR professionals in Nigeria. We have your WhatsApp group with over 200 and something participants. There we share information regarding HR and then job opportunities. For your exam support, we'll help you with the booking and then also I assist and support you through the exam process. For HRCI, you can actually choose a preferred exam date as the exam is written all year round, except on Sundays. But for SHRM, they have a scheduled exam date. So before you register, you need to verify and know the exam schedule they have before you can register for the exams. The personal testing centers are in Lagos, Abuja, Asaba, Ibadan, and Kaduna. These are where you can write your exams. So for the examination format and length, APHRI has 90 questions and is to be written in 1 hour, 45 minutes. PHRI has 115 questions to be written in 2 hours, 40 minutes. SPHRi has 140 questions and is to be answered in 3 hours, 15 minutes. The pass mark is over 70%. So if you have anything 70 and above, our success rate is high. You can rate it 90 over 100. Of course, the success stories are on our website, on our Instagram account. You can check to verify. The registration fee, APHRI, is 80,000 naira. The international certification is $300. PHRI training fee is 100,000 naira, and the international certification is $395. SPHRi is 110,000 naira, and the international certification is $495. GPHRI training fee is 150,000 naira, and the international certification is $695. For the SHRM, the CP, certified professional, is 110,000 naira. So is the SCP, and their international certification exams, they are the same. Of course, if you're training with Clarion Tech, and then you came under HR mentorship learning series, you're going to get a 5,000 naira discount. We are also trying to work out a discount on the international certification exam fee. So this is the account details if you want to register for the training now. Once you make your payment, you send the evidence of payment to support, and then you mention HR mentorship series in your email. So questions?
All right, thank you so much, Francisca, for doing a recap. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining. If you have any questions, I may also be able to answer one or two questions for you. And we have one or two people too in the house who are certified. For example, I have SPHRi, Senior Professional Human Resource International, and I also have GPHR, Global Practitioner Human Resources. Okay, for the Senior Practitioner Human Resource International, the word international means it's more for HR practitioners outside of the United States. So let's assume that you are a local in US. You could have done SPHR, which is Senior Professional Human Resource. But with the high international, it means you know about US HR management and the entire world. You understand? So it means plus US plus more. Okay, that's they teach about, for example, Europe, China, the Middle East, Africa, and it's quite robust and engaging. Then for the GPHR, that's more or taking into consideration people who work in multinationals or who aspire to work in multinationals. Now, it's very heavy on things like, for example, cultural management, managing expatriates, compensation and benefits for expatriates, you know, people who are working from home. How do you handle their family? How do you handle their children? How do you structure their remuneration, okay, pocket money, and so on, and so forth. So, for example, I have said this in one or two platforms before, when I'm asked either or, if I have the intellectual capacity to do it, if I can create the time to do it, if I can raise the money to do it, sometimes I do the two. So that's why I have both SPHRi and GPHR, so that you won't tell me that if you have this or you have that, just take me. That's the same reason why I have both an MSc and an MBA. You know, when you say either or, I have the two, whatever you want. All right, we'll continue on our various WhatsApp group. If you have questions or clarifications, feel free to ask. One or two people on the group will surely respond to you. I would like to encourage you, please take action. Some of us have been planning to plan. You can still write your certification this year. Let it be one of your 2022 accomplishments. All right. But if maybe you are not able to raise the money, save up aggressively towards it. Okay. Some people, you know, this is a joke. Some people have iPhone 12, but they can't afford to pay for a certification. But some of us have certification, but we don't have iPhone 12. But it is well. Very soon, we'll be able to afford iPhone 12. Please invest in yourself, invest in your career, especially if you are passionate about HR. Yes, I know there are many people in HR today who are doing a good job. They don't have any certification, but please get your certification. I've been in places and I've heard of places where maybe there's a merger or there's an acquisition. Then they want to right-size the HR department. One of the things you look out for, who are the people who have the certification or license to do it, or you may just want to aspire to another organization and they will make certification a minimum requirement, okay? Would you go to a hospital and see a doctor that didn't read medicine and just said, no, I have interest in medicine, or I've been living around the hospital? You won't. You want a certified medical professional, okay? So please consider this. All right. So if there are any specific questions in the next 2-3 minutes, I am glad to also personally respond to you as someone who has done these certifications and as also someone who teaches and facilitates in training centers with respect to this facilitation. If there are no questions, I'm glad to wrap up this session so that those of us that want to eat the club can do so. And those of us that want to go for an IVG, we can also do so. Once again, thank you so much, Francisca, for coming and stopping by. All right, please subscribe to my YouTube page. Okay, I'll put the link on the chat box. You will see a myriad of HR trainings we've done so far, and all the subsequent HR trainings will also be uploaded there. Today's session too will be uploaded on YouTube, so you can share the link with your friends who inadvertently missed it for one reason or the other. If you also like to be a member of the HR mentorship community, I've also dropped on the Zoom chat a link. You just fill a very short form. Our membership director, Yetunde, will attend to you. Yetunde Akintoye will attend to you. All right. Thank you so much. Please, let's enjoy the weekend and let's relax responsibly. Thank you, everyone. Good night.